Hi everyone, it's Margaret here. I just wanted to take the time to thank everyone so very much for your kind words of support. I have gone through a little bit of a rough patch with a little bit of depression, which hadn't happened in quite a number of years. But anyway, I am taking a good medication that's helping me for a little while just to get my my spirits back up, and thank God I am feeling much better, and I've decided to celebrate that by making a new journal. Now this is called Sweet Rose, and it depicts images of vintage ladies with roses, and I love roses and I love vintage images. So again, in keeping with the colors that I love in the fleshy pinks and very, very light peaches, I've used up some of my trims, which I decided I will do. Rather than keep buying and buying trims and just stockpiling, I really want to use what I have and use different dyes and avocado to get the colors that I want. Anyway, the cover is what I've done with this one actually is I have made a custom ruffle trim all around in the same fabric as the lace. So I doubled up a piece of the fabric, and I made a ruffle, and I've used that actually to border the journal all the way around. So you will see that the trim around the journal is uniform with that particular lace, and I really, really love how that turned out. Anyway, the cover is this beautiful lady, and she's smelling a rose. This image is actually called Bridal Rose, but I loved it, and I used that on the cover. And it's layered with little trims, various trims, mostly from garments and pieces of linens, and I take trims from anywhere I can find them. If I like them, I will buy the piece and use it on my projects. We have this pretty little sequin or tube, what do you call it, beads under here, this fringe, and then we have this beautiful trim. And when I don't find the trim that I want, I usually end up making it. And this, I used a little peachy colored ruffle all around, and I found this gorgeous trim in these little peak leaves with the little pearls. And then I had this trim of pearls, lace, that I ruffled behind that, and I used these little flaps to mimic the top of a bow underneath. And then I made this beautiful double tiered rose for the corner with this beautiful rhinestone pin. Now what I've done with this one, I usually use when the journals are so chunky, I usually use seam binding or some kind of ribbon to tie it off. This one I've actually used like a buckle trim. I made this buckle trim in the same lace, and what I've done is I've just inserted some magnets and covered them up, and I've used the magnet so that when you close the journal, it picks up the magnet and it closes it up like that. So that is made out of magnet, and it just keeps the journal closed. So that really worked out well. You have to just find the right area where the magnets are placed, and then it will hold its place. So there you go. The first page is just a variation of different bridal trims, again using a very soft avocado dye, and to achieve the pink that I wanted. And you can see that it's underneath there's a little ruffle of tulle, and then different variations of the appliques. And I had this pretty little scallop trim that I inserted here. And here again you can see the ruffle in the same lace as the journal, and underneath is the layers and layers of different trims, and these little teardrops. I've added some pearls to add some prettiness, and of course my classic dangle trim that I love, in these pretty little flowers and little rosettes on the top here, just to give it some extra prettiness. So that's that page, and she's beautiful. She's holding a little bunch of roses there. The next page is again a pretty lady, and I made this gorgeous ribbon rose for the corner. And she is surrounded by, I had found this piece on a lady's garment, and it was actually intact. So because it was attached to tulle, I just snipped all the ends, all the little branches, and I created this little dangle just for extra interest. So you can do different things with your trims. You don't have to always use them the way it is. You can cut them up and do different things with it. And then I did this cream taffeta ruffle, a double ruffle, and in between I used this little loop trim. And again, I used this lovely leaf motif trim on the side, and again layers and layers of dangles and wedding applique here. And this is a combination of the cream and the roses, which is really pretty. And again, this trim on the side, which I detailed again with some pearls. So I love pearls. I love adding pearls everywhere. And here, just to break it up a little bit, I did the pearls and the little rhinestone beads all around the frame of this lovely lady. So that's that page. The next page, I just love this page. I was able to find this gorgeous tassel trim. I just love this. And actually, it was a peachy color. I wasn't too thrilled about it, so I just took a little snippet of it, and I said, I'm going to put it in a little bit of soapy water with a little bit of bleach, leave it and see what happens. And sure enough, it did strip the color and gave me this beautiful creamy color on these little tassels. But they are so pretty, so unique, and I think that just became my favorite tassel trim of all time. So then again, this is layered in lots of different trims and flowers, buttons, and this is my favorite trim. I just love it. I found it on a lady's top, and it was so inexpensive, and it's actually netting on the bottom, and then it has this beautiful 2-layer lace on it, and it's just gorgeous. So I put that actually all the way around across the center pages, and really made that a focal point. But it's just gorgeous. I love that so much. And here again is, of course, is the beautiful lady with the rose. Added this gorgeous sequin trim that I had, gives it a lot of sparkle, a little bit of rosette trim here, and this little rose with a little crystal in the corner here. And that's that page. The center, I had a little bit more of this beautiful trim with the pearls right on it, and I just topped it off top and bottom with this little trim here, and I just wanted to leave that simple just to showcase the pearls on that. The next page, a little bit different. Again, the beautiful lady with the rose, and I had this little trim that I snipped off again, a lady's top, and I kept it, and I snipped it right down to the stitching, and I used that as my frame for this beautiful lady. And then I had this pearl trim here that I added in the center just to keep the leaves off the picture as well. I was finding that it was flopping onto the picture, so I wanted to keep that a little bit more in line. And then I had this beautiful rose that I've just been dying to use, and it came in really handy with another ribbon rose in the center. And to break up some of the pinkiness, I added these little wedding trims. I added a little bit of the diamond dust on it for a little bit of sparkle and just to break up the color. And then, of course, in the corner, there's all these little dangles, and you can see on the bottom there's some fringe. And again, the little pearl rosettes all around. But I just love that. It's so feminine and pretty, and I just love the way that page turned out. It's a little bit different. The next page, again, to break up some of the pinkiness. I know a lot of people probably think that I do use a lot of these fleshy pinks, but you know what? I tend to go back to what I'm comfortable with and what I love, and this is what I am. This is who I am, and I do like to try sometimes different techniques, different colors, and I will. But for now, this particular page, I broke it up using these gorgeous. I had this beautiful, again, it's a lady's top, and I just snipped out pieces and pieces of it and was able to use it as a frame. And then underneath that, I have this gorgeous cut lace with the beautiful sequins and pearls underneath that. So again, it's just layers and layers of trim. And then again, using the same material, I made this little bow for the corner. And there you can see this fabric that I've used. It's just gorgeous with all this twirl ribbon and pearls. And I used that there in the corner. And then I had these white roses with the little sequined and pearl trims in the center. So I really love the way that page turned out. It really breaks things up a little bit. So the pocket page, again, is a variation of different trims. Again, you can see the ruffle of the same lace. And it's in this pretty cream and peachy color, ready to pocket house anything you want to put in there. And again, I've used this gorgeous trim on the bottom, and that is the pocket page. Now the back, I've just left it plain. I really loved the actual lace itself. I just framed it with these beautiful trims and appliques here, and that is the back page. Again, just left simple. And this, of course, covers the buckle. This particular trim, it covers the buckle, which goes around to the front. And then on the spine, I was putting a ruffle on it, a double ruffle of the same fabric. And then I decided to turn it into a really shabby bow. And I really love the way that turned out. So there you can see how yummy it is. It's just jam-packed with goodies. It's just so thick, and I just love the way this one turned out. And then when you put it away, you just buckle it up, and it's ready to go. So I hope you like it, ladies. My sweet rose. And again, thank you all so very much for all your support, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.